Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to chart the phenomenal, century-spanning history of a tournament that completely captures the world's attention. If you've ever wondered how the beautiful game grew into the ultimate global phenomenon, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's dive in.
Think about the immense emotional and cultural weight this singular event carries today. It's staggering. To say the planet simply stops for a single ball really isn't an exaggeration. But, it wasn't always this massive, highly polished, multi-billion-dollar spectacle. It had to start somewhere.
So, that leads us to the big question. How exactly did an ambitious dream morph into a multi-billion-dollar spectacle? To figure that out, we need to trace the tournament's evolution from the minds of a few French visionaries all the way to the absolute pinnacle of global sports. It's a crazy story of logistics, of war, of iconic superstars, and most importantly, of relentless passion.
Section 1. A dream takes flight. Let's wind the clock back to 1930. FIFA president Jules Rimet decides to make this seemingly impossible vision a reality. And it all kicked off with, believe it or not, an incredibly small number, 13. That is the total number of teams that participated in the very first tournament. Think about the massive, sweeping global qualifiers we have today, where hundreds of nations battle for years just to earn a spot. Back in 1930, those 13 teams literally boarded steamships and traveled across the ocean to Uruguay.
Yeah, so totally unlike today's crazy logistical nightmare, right? This entire inaugural event was contained within a single city, Montevideo. The host nation, Uruguay, ultimately took home the trophy, and history was set in motion. There were absolutely no qualifiers. None. It was an invitational built on nothing but pure, unfiltered passion for the game.
Moving on to Section 2, Post-War Triumphs and Icons.
Okay, so fast forward to the mid-20th century. The tournament faced a brutal roadblock when it had to endure a massive 12-year hiatus because of World War II. But that 1950 return, that was absolutely vital. It proved this competition wasn't just a flash in the pan. It was a lasting institution that could crown true footballing royalty, overcoming global tragedy to bring the world back together on the pitch.
And boy, did that 1950 return in Brazil deliver. It introduced us to a term people still whisper with total awe or complete heartbreak today, the Maracanazo. This was a devastating upset where Uruguay shocked the heavily favored host nation Brazil in the final match. It proved a fundamental rule of the beautiful game. Absolutely nothing is guaranteed once that referee blows the whistle.
But hey, Brazil wouldn't be down for long. 1958 changed everything. For the first time, international TV coverage meant the whole globe watched simultaneously as Brazil snagged their first title in Sweden. Oh, and they also got to see a 17-year-old kid named Pelé completely take over. Wild, right? Jump ahead a bit to 1986, and there's Diego Maradona weaving through defenders in Mexico, captivating everyone with this crazy mix of fierce controversy and sheer genius. The tournament was officially a star maker.
Section 3, Evolution of the Tournament.
So, as these stars got bigger and TV audiences exploded, the physical infrastructure and the prize itself had to evolve too. Check this out. Because Brazil won the title 3 times, the rules said they rightfully earned the privilege of keeping the original Jules Rimet prize permanently. Finders keepers, essentially. Because of that, in 1974, West Germany debuted the iconic modern FIFA World Cup trophy, the exact same golden prize nations still fiercely battle for today.
But the trophy wasn't the only major upgrade. Let's fast forward to 1998, where we hit another absolutely monumental number for the sport, 32. Hosted by France, the 98 expansion took the tournament format from 24 teams all the way up to 32. And honestly, this was a massive game changer. It finally opened the door for broader, rightful representation. Suddenly, more nations from Africa, Asia, and North America had a real shot at competing on the biggest stage. It sent a loud and clear message. This wasn't just some exclusive European and South American club anymore.
Which brings us to Section 4, a true global phenomena.
By the modern era, the tournament decisively proved it belonged to every single corner of the globe. Take 2002, for example. The competition crossed a huge geographical and cultural frontier. For the very first time, the tournament was held outside of Europe or the Americas. South Korea and Japan teamed up to jointly host the event, absolutely cementing the dominant, unshakable global reach of the sport.
Now you really have to look at this side by side to grasp the massive scale of the growth.
We're talking about going from humble steamship rides, 13 teams, 0 qualifiers, and just one city, all the way to a modern 32-team spectacle with sprawling global qualifications and multiple host nations joining forces for the whole shebang. The transformation is genuinely staggering.
And of course, matching that massive scale are the modern icons of the game. I mean, we're talking absolute legends here. Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, Lionel Messi lifting that modern trophy. The rapid rise of these global powerhouses and their star players elevates the event way beyond just a simple sporting competition. It's an undeniable cultural phenomenon that literally dictates the mood of entire countries.
Ultimately, what this explainer shows us is pretty beautiful. Despite the multi-billion-dollar shift in scale, the transition to high-definition stadium lights, and all the crazy tactical evolutions on the pitch, the raw passion, it's exactly identical to what those 13 teams felt way back in 1930. The heartbeat of the beautiful game remains exactly the same.
Which leaves us to ponder one final provocative thought. The tournament is already gearing up to expand its format once again in the coming years, folding in even more teams and crossing even more borders. So as this giant spectacle grows even larger in the future, will that original, unfiltered magic endure? Well, I think we all hope it does for sure. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer through the history of the world's biggest stage, and until next time, keep your eye on the ball.